Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to those who have watched our Wednesday talk show that was with Consultation Global South Luzon's regular talk show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And to those of you who missed that show, you can definitely visit the page and check our topic for tonight. And while we're waiting for my guest, so I like to thank you guys for always supporting my live sessions. Okay, so earlier this afternoon, I posted something about the food. Yung kwek-kwek and ano nga ba yung isa? Yeah, maruya. So I posted about that, and then ang sabi ko doon, kung magla-live sesh ako, I will be talking about how to win your crush over. And somebody responded to my message. So we will be waiting for him para kaming dalawang mag-discuss ng topic for tonight. How do you win your crush over? So, syempre, applicable lang to sa mga single out there. Hindi ko ini-encourage to sa mga hindi na single. So, sa mga single dyan, ayan. Of course, to those who are no longer single, definitely magagamit pa rin naman ninyo yung knowledge na matututunan ninyo dito for other like conversations probably. Ayan. And so, again, our topic for tonight is how to win your crush over. Kasi recently ang daming nagtatanong sa akin about a lot of things actually. Pero marami din ang curious kung paano daw ba mawi-win yung mga crush nila, or paano daw ba talaga aayain si crush. Yung mga ganon. I mean, yeah, it's the 21st century. Uso na yung technology, pero syempre meron pa ring mga old school way of doing things, you know? And for me, I've always been the traditional one, though I also value technology. I've always been the traditional one. It still pays off yung mga traditional strategies on how to win someone over. So if you're watching right now, thank you so much, and please post kung saan po kayo nanonood. I know most of you guys are in the Philippines, but just post a message. Send me a message if you have questions. Ayan, kwentuhan tayo. Simpleng kwentuhan lang naman to. walang pressure. So let me just wait for my guest to show up, and then we'll start talking. Ang daming nanonood. Hi everyone! Kamusta kayong lahat? It's been raining actually. Medyo malakas yung ulan kanina, so sobrang challenging yung internet. Hope you'll stay with me. It's probably for around 30 minutes. And we'll talk about something interesting. Ayan, hi Sir Soriano. Ayan. Hi ma'am. Ma'am Albos. Good evening po. Hi Erica. Hi Sir Rui Vivar. Good evening. Sir Esmanel. Good evening po. Sir Dorado. And Sir Red Thunder. Sir, thank you for always supporting my posts and for sharing them. Thank you po. Sir Hakolbia, thank you for watching and for tuning in. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Ma'am Jen. Good evening. Thank you for watching. Sir Reyes, thank you. And Sir Lester. kaway-kaway sa mga students ko from the Bureau of Fire Protection. Thank you for watching. We're just waiting for my guest to go online. Baka may problem din siya sa signal. And for those of you guys who did not, who were not able to watch my show earlier, please feel free to visit our page. That's Consultation Global South Luzon para mapanood ninyo yung tungkol sa 360-degree mind shift. So it's the application of changing your mindset so that you will be able to achieve your goals in life. Yan. So yun yung practical application. I'm still waiting for... Hello, Sir James. Good evening. Thank you for watching earlier. Ayan. So, simulan muna natin sa ano ba yung maganda? Ano ba yung maganda na way? Is it the traditional way of courtship or yung modern way of courtship? Kasi courtship talaga muna, no? Mamaya na yung tungkol sa crush. Hindi ko alam kung... Hi, Sir Jameson. Good evening. Ayan. I'm not sure kung meron pa ba na naniniwala sa traditional Filipino courtship. Yung... Ayan, yung pupunta ka sa, pupunta ka sa bahay ng nililong, di ba? Ayan, Sir Rusty. Yan, andyan yung guest ko. So happy. Ayan, hi. Good evening, Rusty. Okay, paano ba to? Ayan, 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 kita na tayong dalawa. Hindi kasi I was asking, ayan, ang dami kasing nanonood na eh. So habang nag-aantay ako sa'yo, I was asking people kung alin ba yung mas magandang kung meron pa bang naniniwala sa courtship. That's another topic. Pero just a show of hands, meron pa bang naniniwala sa traditional courtship? Ang daming nag-heart oh. Oh, ayun, may nag-raise ng hand. Ay, si Paolo pala to eh. Yan, naniniwala sa traditional courtship. Nag-raise ka ba ng hand, Pao? Or ano?
Are you sure?
Ayan, good evening.
Are you sure I'm the right person here? Kasi sabi mo earlier for younger people.
Di naman. Di naman.
We were young ones, man.
We were young ones.
I was young ones. You're still young.
I'm still young ba? Hindi, baka ano na lang. Young looking, yes. Kinlim. Ayun. Hi everyone. Ayan, ang dami nanonood sa atin ngayon, in fairness. Gusto ko lang po mag-shoutout sa lahat ng nanonood. At kung meron po kayong gustong i-contribute sa conversation, that's fine. So, a little background. Kanina, nag-post ako about my kwek-kwek and maruya. And sabi ko, how do you win your crush over? Tapos, Resty here said that he's okay with talking about how to win your crush over. So, simulan natin. Gusto mo muna mag-greet?
Sige,
Shout out
we
sa mga...
I was just invited siguro 2 hours, 2.5 hours ago. So it's okay. So I was telling Ice that this is a good topic naman since it's raining and weather naman is not hot. So chill lang tayo, Ice. So your
Correct.
topic is how do you win your crush over, di ba?
Yes. Hindi, ang unang tanong ko dyan is, paano mo ba malalaman, okay, from a guy's perspective, paano mo ba malalaman na crush ka ng crush mo? I mean, from a guy's perspective, Kasi iba din sa girl's perspective. So, ikaw muna.
But this was way during my time, So I don't know if this evolved over 2 decades or maybe 2.5 decades, no? But probably it's still the same, Ice, no? You just observe yung actions, saka reactions ng girl, the one you're dating or the one that you have a crush with, if she looks the other way and if she stares at so many objects, she stares at so many things, then she's really not interested in you. So
Walang eye
that's one
contact,
challenge.
ganon.
Walang contact. I mean, there's contact, but it's fake. So I would say you have a 40% chance of really winning that girl, no? But of course, there's still other ways to win that girl. If she's veering the other way, the other direction, then maybe crack a joke or uh, if you have an intelligent story to tell, do so. No, because during my time, girls they're into things that are wise, intelligent. But there's also one mystery that I would like to share with you, Ice. No, uh,
Mhm.
kami noon when we want to win our crush, ano, tapos parang tingin nga namin 4 out of 10 yung chances namin kung if she's looking at the other directions while she's with you. Usually we put that girl, our crush, in a situation that raises fear, in a fear-raising situation, like if you're casually talking or having a conversation with her, probably show her some videos. Ngayon, very accessible through social media, no? Videos of maybe a horror movie or something that is really scary. Or if you're in the mall, if you're in a fair, in a carnival, invite her to a ride, maybe a simple Ferris wheel. Just put her in a fear-raising situation. So,
Para magkaalaman, no?
hindi, para she will feel secure with you. Kasi if you put her in a fear-raising situation, there's only the two of you, kanino pa ba siya mag-seek
Lalapit.
ng comfort, ano? So, parang gano'n,
Eh,
ano?
paano
But
kung ano?
there are other major ways to win your crush. But again, this was during my time. So, siguro number one, just be around her a lot. No, you know that, no? Because parang law of averages yan eh. So if you're with your crush 6 times, 6 days in a week, no, strong probability that you're gonna win her. No, what else? Maybe put on a good
Mm.
perfume. No, for guys, no, kami nun, Ice. It should be maybe a Polo Sport or a Lacoste Red. You know the scent of Lacoste Red. Inabot mo ba 'yon?
Medyo.
Medyo.
Medyo
Or
inabot
yung
ko pa yun.
pool water. No,
Yes.
if you put on that scent kahit papaano, may konting law of attraction if I should term it.
Oh.
Um, what else? But of course, your perfume, your scent should not be strong. No, wag naman yung punong-puno kasi that would turn that girl off.
Correct.
You know what I do? No, pag wala akong pambili ng ganon, before going on a date or before seeing my crush, I go to the perfume store sa mga mall and I just ask for samples. Just put it beside my ear, then that's enough. No? I think that's the ample amount that you should wear a scent if you're a guy, ano. What else? Now, in the age of social media, texting, so how do you win your crush through text messages? Well, number one, you don't text too much. Don't text too much. That's the number one
I
rule.
know.
Paulo,
I know, right?
Paulo's watching. So, Paulo, don't text too much. It's the number one rule. And number two,
Oo. Dapat may
probably,
pa-miss effect.
sometimes I tell the younger generation, just text once. No, just one text a day, one message a day. That's enough just to make her feel that you're still alive, your presence, gano'n. Tapos, don't text at midnight. That's a golden rule also. That's a no-no.
True. Super true.
Especially kung serious ka
Don't
dun sa crush
ever
mo.
text, don't ever text ng midnight. It's such a
Don't
turn
ever
off.
text. Yes, even if it's an emergency. Medyo turn off yun. What else? Make friends with her friends. Yun. So, isang tip yun, ano? Yun yung secret, no? Be friends with your crushes, with the friends of your crush. Doon ka magyabang sa mga friends niya. Huwag doon sa crush mo. Doon sa mga friends niya because you try to advertise yourself, no? I'm a marketing guy, ano, but I don't apply this, no? Baka sabihin mo na nambobola or ano, but this
Correct,
is what I
correct.
noticed, no? When you oversell yourself with your crush, no? Kahit crush ka niya, na-turn off. So it ends up a disaster. 'Di ba,
Yes.
guys? So you sell
May
yourself to
message.
her friends.
Basahin lang
May
natin yung
message.
message ni Sir Jameson. At isa to sa mga farmer students ko. Sabi niya, depends on a girl, ma'am, sir. Commonly today, na-stalk na before sa socials para in person may background na. May idea na to win her heart.
Ano,
Okay. Tapos sabi naman ni RJ Agapito, the power of social media. Kasi talaga totally iba na. I mean, during probably the 80s and the 90s, totally iba yung battlefield, iba yung playing field.
iba yung
Pero
platform.
ngayong may social media na, yes, may social media na, totally nag-iba yung approach when it comes to, you know, finding out about your crush. May stalking. I mean, noon, meron rin namang stalking, pero literal na kailangan mong i-stalk. Like, kailangan mong alamin kung saan nakatira, saan siya
Yeah,
nag-aaral,
yeah.
and medyo pangit nga nun kasi talagang halatang-halata pag may ini-stalk ka. 'Di ba? Like, nandoon sa gate ng nandoon sa gate ng school. Medyo creepy 'yun.
Yeah.
So,
But of
yeah.
course, stalking naman has always been there, no? Even during the Middle Ages, even during the ancient times, no? But it has gone to a different level, no? With social media around. But of course, kasama yun eh. Kasi sa stalking, pagdating sa marketing, that's competitive benchmarking, ICE eh. So sabi nga nila, know your
O, 'di
competitors,
ba,
no?
may
So
application pa. Correct.
know your competitors, know the product that you're buying. So in this case, it's your crush that you're trying to pursue. So that's your product. So you need to benchmark talaga. But of course, there are etiquettes. No, there are what do you call that? The term right now is netiquettes. No, there are netiquettes that should
Netiquette.
be observed, and one of them is, well, don't message them at night at midnight. No, siguro pwedeng you saw her story, you saw her day. Siguro just palipasin mo na, wag mo nga pusuan eh, wag mo na i-like eh, no? Enough na 'yon that your
Huwag po
crush knew that you saw her story on Messenger, on Facebook, on Instagram.
kakaiba na
So,
kakaiba na talaga ngayon, 'no?
kaiba na, kaiba
Noon
na.
para malaman noon para malaman ko kung crush ako ng crush ko, nagkakabanggaan yung namin, yung tingin. Kabanggaan yung
Yeah.
tingin namin. Yeah. If I catch him looking at me, 'di ba? Yun yung isa sa mga ano ba tawag doon? Yun yung isa sa mga
Part
pointers. Yun yung
sa
isa sa
mga
mga ano ba tawag
mga
doon? Sa mga
indicators,
sign,
mga indicators.
indicators, yes.
Yeah.
Oo, sabi ni Sir Jameson, nakakatakot yung stalking noon. Oo, actually nakakatakot yung stalking noon. Nakakatakot kasi parang feeling mo talaga parang serial killer ang peg. Sabi ni Don Leo, kiligin sa pick-up line si crush. Pakiligin?
Oh,
Is that what you mean?
I know that
Pakiligin sa
guy. Ano
pick-up
yan,
line.
Hokage, Don Leo. No, but of course, Don Leo, it's okay na pakiligin, ano, but as I've said, don't oversell yourself. No, don't oversell yourself.
Yeah.
No.
That's true
Yeah.
for girls as well.
Mhm.
So may mga nakita akong friends kong single na nanonood sa atin ngayon. So paano naman kung sa babae, paano natin manlalaman
That's your turn,
kung may crush?
guys.
Oo, 'di ba? Paano natin malalaman kung crush tayo ng crush natin? Ako yun yung una kong sagot talaga, yung nagkabanggaan yung tingin namin. Pero ngayon, dahil nga may pandemic, medyo imposible yun. Siguro pag constant siyang nanonood sa sa My Day, totoo yun. Constant nanonood sa My Day. Yan. Tapos, or constant na nagla-like ng pictures. Oh, minsan kasi yung iba talaga, minsan sinishare pa nila yung mo, 'di ba? Sinishare pa nila yung post mo. Okay, magko-comment pa sila para maramdaman nila, ay para maramdaman nung girl na ano, um, na interested sila sa post, mga ganon. Pero yeah, I totally agree. Don't overdo it, gentlemen, kasi it's such a turn off pag sobrang interested ka at sobrang halata. That merong hide and seek. May hide and seek. Ano ba tawag doon? Hide and seek
Dapat may,
moment.
may thrill factor.
May mistake. Yes, may thrill factor.
Oh.
So, sa mga single friends ko dyan, yan. Para malaman ninyo kung ano yung comment ni Pao. Pao.
Kaya most relationships, parang over time they get stale, parang nagiging boring kasi nawawala yung challenge, yung thrill factor. So it also applies dyan sa when you're trying to win over a crush or courtship. So simple as that. So
yes, dapat may element of surprise.
But not too much surprise naman.
But not too much surprise. Surprises.
Yeah.
Baka magka-shock tayo. Matroma ka naman.
Baka matroma. Yeah.
Diba?
Plus,
ayun.
I'd also like to share, there's a study naman recently, for millennials and Gen Z, no? Pag naman daw, when you go out on dates, no, the guy would be most attractive if he's wearing red daw or pink.
Oh. Pink?
Red or pink?
Talaga?
Yes. Pag
pero
pink,
red, I would agree.
With collar and should be Lacoste daw pag pink.
May brand. May brand, OMG. May free plugging, Lacoste talaga. Masaklap pa doon yung nag-ghosting ka ni crush. Actually, no, may mga ganun. Actually, kahit naman sa relationship, may nag-ghosting eh. So, lalo na siguro sa crush. Yan. Feeling, uso yan ngayon yung mga ghosting, yung akala mo ipaglalaban ka, tapos iwanan ka rin pala. OMG.
Anong term doon? Anong term?
Ghosting. Ayan, dapat pala yung next topic natin. Ano yung mga millennial terms ngayon na, 'di ba? Mga terms ngayon na hindi alam ng ibang generation. Yan, ghosting is one word. That became, ano ba tawag doon? That became famous because of the millennials. Yeah. Ghosting. Yung maayos naman kayo magkausap, tapos bigla siyang nawala. Ayun. That's ghosting. Bigla kang, in older generations term, I think it means yung nilaglag ka sa ere. Yun, ghosting.
No.
Tama ba ako? Sa mga millennials na Pao, anong sinasabi mo? Sana all? Sana all nag-ghosting?
I was with Pao earlier kanina, nung mga around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So, bibili ng car yan.
Ayun. Oo nga eh. Ayan, sa mga nagbebenta ng cars dyan, ayan si Pao. Pwede niyong targetin. Target audience. So, bibili siya ng car. Also, for us naman to be able to know if, yan, sa babae, sa perspective ng babae, correct me if I'm mistaken naman, Resti. If I'm a girl and then yung guy, like, randomly nagme-message siya sa akin, crush niya ba ako nun? Yan. Well, kasi ang daming nanonood na single girls sa audience natin, nakikita ko sila.
Well,
paano ba malalaman?
Sa akin kasi one size doesn't fit all. No, it's a case-to-case basis, but generally, no, guys, especially Filipino guys, they tend to send messages frequently. No.
Tapos ano yung laman ng messages?
Ha?
Ano yung laman ng messages?
Di ba yung mga simple, hi, hello, what's up, musta? Yung mga ganon.
Kumain ka na ba? Yung mga ganyan.
Okay, kumain ka na ba? Or home
may lakad ka ba mamaya? Yan ba yun?
Or pautang, ganon.
Iba pala yun.
Iba pala.
Hindi pala kasama yun.
You were asking, going back to your question, no, if that's good or bad, if frequent texting or messaging to your crush is good or bad. Sa akin, it's okay, but as long as you know your boundaries, no? Kasi sabi ko nga, it's best that you
if random
limit your
random nagsasend ng message.
Come again?
Isa ba yun sa mga signs? Isa ba yun sa mga signs? Kung random nag-send sa akin ng message, crush
Well, I
ba ako
don't
nun?
think so kung
Ganon.
random. If it's random, I don't think so. That it's a clear sign. But definitely, kung frequent siya, maybe it's
Random and frequent.
those are two different things. No, pag random,
Okay.
pwedeng randomly
Baka may
nag-text,
kailangan lang.
baka may kailangan or she saw your post on Facebook na medyo interested siya dun sa post mo, nagandahan, na gorgeous siya dun sa post mo. So randomly, that guy texts or messages you and vice versa. But if it's frequent, ando doon ka sa kanyang isipan almost every minute, di ba? But generally, the rule still applies that it's best that you limit your messages and texting, ano, para hindi rin masyadong yung girl, hindi rin siya masyadong uh, yung naiirita or nadidistorbo. Kasi minsan turn off din ata sa inyo yun. Kahit crush niyo yung guy, pag
Yeah.
yung makulit naman.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. Actually, marami ng mga kagaya ko na modern na, well, ako kasi personally, I don't like people randomly texting me na, hindi lang randomly random and frequently texting me for nothing. Kasi ako, well, preferably, no, I want people to be very straightforward with their intentions. Ako lang yun. I don't speak for all girls. So sa mga nanonood na mga single men out there, it's only me, no? Iba-iba rin syempre ang mga perspectives ng mga babae. But generally, I suppose I would speak for ladies if I say na better kung sabihin ninyo agad yung intention ninyo. Like, kesa paasahin ninyo na baka magbigay kayo ng false signals. Cause,
Or false hope.
False hope. Kasi minsan, di ba, akala nung girl type sila, tapos hindi naman pala. Ayan. So, wait, may isang message. Paasa daw ang tawag doon. Kanina pa yata tong message na to. Hi, Haze. Thank you for watching. And, ma'am, si Ma'am Lynn, ang fresh ni Ma'am. Thank you. Okay, mga simpleng hi and hello, it's okay. Kaso sa ibang mga ladies, they find it boring daw. They want a guy yung tipong they know how to start a conversation to make a getting to know moment interesting. That's so true. Like, I don't want people just saying hi to me. Kahit friends or kahit non-friends. Yeah, it's a good way to, to communicate with someone and start a conversation, because that's how you get connected to other people.
Yeah.
Just sharing with you something that I learned back in college. Kasi as you know, as most of you guys know, I think yung mga nanonood ng mga friends ko dyan, alam nila to. So, when I was in college, I was an English major and we had so many literature subjects and we talked a lot about life in general. And isa sa mga natutunan ko doon ay merong stages ang relationships. So, the first one is physical attraction. And once na lumagpas ka na sa physical attraction, dapat ang susunod na level doon is emotional attraction. So, syempre, sige, gwapo ka, maganda ako, nagtugma tayo physically. So, pareho tayong attracted with each other physically. And so, susunod pala doon is mental attraction. So, aside from being physically attracted to each other, kailangan mag-meet tayo mentally. Dapat yung iniisip ko, naiintindihan mo, yung sinasabi ko naiintindihan mo, at yung sinasabi niya naiintindihan ko. Kasi minsan, 'di ba, physical attraction lang, tapos wala kayong conversation, then medyo magiging alanganin yung relationship. After mental attraction, susunod doon is emotional attraction. So, syempre mentally nag-meet kayo, pareho kayo ng wavelength as we call it, 'di ba? Parehas kayo mag-isip. For example, parehas kayo ng mga gustong movie na panoorin. After nun, we have what we call as the emotional attraction. Kumbaga, pag sumimangot ako, gets niya kung bakit nakasimangot. Bakit nakasimangot to si Ice? No? So, there must be an emotional attraction. And then, ang susunod doon is tinatawag na indwelling. So, when we say indwelling, ito yung lagi na kayong magkasama. I'm not sure if I remember the exact definition, but indwelling is something defined as. If you're always with a person, you will know kung pareho kayo ng, kung nagkakakuhaan kayo ng timpla. I mean, if you put it in layman's term, kung nagkakuhaan kayo ng timpla, that means, that means magkiklik kayo for a longer period of time compared kung physical or mentally attracted lang kayo or emotionally attracted lang kayo. So there are certain levels on how to be able to know if your relationship will work or will work out. So yun. So hindi lang, of course, if you have a crush, you have to know kung ano ba yung goal mo with this crush. Is it for a long-term relationship, or crush mo lang siya kasi para may motivation ka, ganon, or may inspiration ka, because everyone has crushes, even those who are already in a relationship. Meron naman talagang mga darating na mga crush, but it really depends on your intention. Ano ba yung intention mo? Like if you're watching a movie, for example, magkakaroon ka ng crush, di ba? Kasi natutuwa ka sa kanila, you're probably physically attracted, but that's just it. So if you're single and if you have a crush, then you have to assess what you want. Ano ba yung intention mo sa crush mong to? May bala ka bang manligaw or may bala ka bang magpaligaw? Because of course we have different goals. So we have to assess what those goals are so that we will know what's the next move. I think I think nawala yung internet connection. We'll wait for him. At least we'll try. Okay, so also next is how do we move forward with that lobat lang. Okay. So how do we move forward with that? So if you're a guy, should you ask the girl out, or kailangan ba maramdaman mo muna kung may feeling siya for you? And if you're a girl, how do you do that? So later I will ask Resty about his perspective, but my perspective about this is that if you're a girl and if you have a crush and you have an intention of having a relationship with a guy, again, I'm not saying that this is applicable to all women out there or to all the ladies out there. But again, it's the 21st century, and most of you girls know that I'm a feminist. So I totally believe that if you like someone, you tell it. You tell that person straight to their faces. Okay? But that's just me. So depende pa rin kung ano yung magiging approach nyo. But you have to have a goal. Ano ba yung gusto mong mangyari? Yung crush mo bang yan, physical attraction lang, or there's so much more to it? Well, you will never know until you ask that person, no? I mean, it's better to break your heart now than to make asa. And then eventually ma-realize mo hindi ka naman pala type, umasa ka lang sa wala. So I think it's easier if you ask the person. Ayan. Good evening, Sir Delphine. Thank you for watching. And so I'm just talking about how to win your crush over. So from the perspective of the females, it's, well, Philippine, like I like you, let's get not naman that straightforward. I think that's very threatening. Grabe, agad-agad, no? I like you, let's get married, ganyan. Hindi naman ganun ka, ano. Hindi naman ganun ka straightforward. I think there are ways on how to say it. Okay, so depende kung paano mo sasabihin. Pero, yeah. Yeah, so just straightforward, but not too straightforward that you will scare the target. baka i-block ka niya sa Facebook at, baka ihabla ka for being too straightforward. Okay, also another thing is, ngayon kasi, yung mga babae, still torn between the traditional, traditional Filipino culture of courtship and the traditional culture na women should be waiting for the right time for a man to ask her out to dinner or whatever. So, kung isa ka sa mga yon, like if ladies, if you are one of those, I'm just telling you,
okay, I support people's happiness. So kung saan ka magiging masaya, kahit hindi siya masyadong komportable, dun ka. Kasi hindi komportable magtanong sa ibang tao if that the person likes you. But if you're watching this, I'd rather you tell that person na kesa magantay ka sa wala. Better to know the answer now. Kasi I know so many friends of mine who waited for years. Tapos they ended up na wala, umasa sila sa wala hanggang nag-boyfriend na yung, ay, nag-girlfriend na yung inaantay nilang guy. The guy got married na. Tapos wala, they ended up broken-hearted. So better ask. The best way to find out the answer is to ask. Yun. And that's also applicable to men, I suppose. Kasi syempre, actually, mas favorable nga for men eh. Ang mas favorable sa mga lalaki ang crush stage. Kasi you guys can always ask any girl for ask any girl to a date, 'di ba? Pwede bang makadate ka or whatever. I mean, you have a lot of ways on how to ask a girl out, but women are more reserved even in the 21st century, even in 2020. Girls are still reserved, especially with our culture of, with being torn between tradition and modernization. So ayun. So yeah. So mas favorable sa mga lalaki yun. So if you are a guy and you're watching this video, it's better for you to ask that girl out. It's easier for you to ask that girl out. Siyempre makiramdam ka muna. Kung isa sa mga nabanggit kanina ay na-experience mo, then edi you're on the right track. And go for it. Go for the gold. Ang iba, pag 35 na ang babae and single pa, ina-accept na nilang single for life na sila. Oo! Ang galing naman mag-English. Thank you po. 35 na and single pa, ina-accept na nilang single for life na sila. Good point. Thank you, Hayes. That's a good point. And also, maybe lang. Maybe wala silang audacity to, alam yun, you have to have the courage to ask people, you have to have the audacity to ask people out. When you're 35 and single, you have the. So we have Rusty back online. Ayan. So I was just saying na mas may advantage ang mga lalaki kaysa sa babae pagdating sa crush stage. Kasi ang mga lalaki, like, walang magja-judge sa inyo pag inaya niyo yung babae makipag-date, 'di ba? Compare sa babae yung nag-invite sa lalaki.
But nowadays, I think hindi naman. Nowadays, it doesn't apply. Oo, palagay ko,
fair na.
It's really equal. So some guys, they admire girls nga who ask them out first. So
actually, yun yung question ko, nakaka-turn off ba? Kasi, I mean, during my time, nakaka-turn off yun. During my time.
Lalo na during
Several
my time.
years ago. Di ba? Pag babae yung nag-aya, kasing babae to, siya nag-aaya makipag-date. Pero ngayon, mas accepted na.
Right now, accepted kasi parang very vocal naman lahat. Saka, tama naman yung talagang rule naman when you want to win over when you want to win your crush over. I think the golden rule naman talaga is to let him know or let her know that you like her. Unlike during my time, no, parang you play not interested first eh. Para ang kasabihan nga noon, you play hard to get para yun nga may thrill factor, may challenge. But right now, pag yung ganun parang wait and see ka, mauunahan ka ng mga karibal mo eh. Whether you're a guy or you're a girl. So, I think it's fairly acceptable nowadays, and even if you're a girl, you can ask your guy crush out initially, but of course not always, no. Siguro during the first date or first chat, it's okay, but not all the time. Because as I've said, the golden rule is let your crush know that you like them. Nobody beats that.
Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
Sabi ni Don Leo, I still believe sa traditional courting stage, casual dating. As a guy, sa akin, I love a good convo, anything under the sun. At least I know kung sino deeply si crush and know how she deals with some topics. Yeah, I think for both, no, for both men and women, good conversations talaga are important. Aside from the physical
Always.
attraction. Kaya, yeah. So aside
It's
from the
always a
physical
healthy
attraction,
conversation.
you have to have a conversation. Kasi, hindi lang naman yan hindi naman kayo pwede magtitigan lang forever, di ba? Kailangan ninyong mag-usap. Just like playing poker, winning over kay crush. Ayun. So, kailangan may good conversation. So, eto na. May isa pa akong tanong. Kasi, syempre, we're talking about crushes. And, mawin over natin. Pero we have to also equip ourselves with the right tools. With the right
Of
tools.
course.
'Di ba? Paano ba nagiging attractive ang isang girl para I mean, from a guy's perspective, how do you find a girl attractive? What are the indicators?
Well, physically, of course, they have not necessarily gorgeous, not necessarily beautiful, but they have to be presentable and a little bit pretty, both in and out. No, so you know what I mean, Ice. No,
Yes.
kailangan yung aura niya nagre-radiate. So, ganun din siyempre if it's virtual, no, you cannot really see the girl physically, but yung sa exchange ng messages nyo, yung parang always positive siya, no? Tapos hindi siya baggage. I think that's the right term, ano, parang you don't feel any negativity dun sa girl na yon. In your case, you were asking ano kung paano kami na-attract sa girl. So, aside from the physical, siguro yon yung hindi siya baggage, no negativity in her. Tapos yung sa physical eyes, I think it's common knowledge naman that you have to have good hygiene, no,
Yeah.
your nails should be clean even if it's long or short, no, 'di ba? And of course your smile should be you might not have a good set of teeth, no, pero you flash your best smile and that's
Yes,
enough.
correct.
Always your best smile. Ako yung ngipin ko sungki, ano, but I always flash my best smile. And somehow that radiates positivity. And yung law of attraction, syempre, ganun minsan. It happens that way. But there are a lot of ways,
Correct.
but in social media, yan, sinabi ko na kanina yung mga rules. No? But one size doesn't fit all talaga. One size doesn't
Yes.
fit all.
Yes, correct. May comment si Tita Jean. Hi, Tita Jean. You're right. It's now or never. Let your feelings be felt now. Now, whether na gusto ka rin niya or hindi, at least di ka na umaasa pa. And habang andyan pa yung feelings mo for him, iparamdam mo na agad. Ganda ang topic niya, Ivy. Thank you pa, Tita
Yeah,
Jean.
that's what I
She's
said
one of my
earlier.
best
No?
supporters ever.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
said earlier. Make it known that you like him or her. No, gone
Yeah.
are the days na yung pakipot pa, may ano. It's different nowadays. Otherwise, maunahan ka talaga ng mas aggressive
Yes,
na
correct.
competitor.
Oo, tsaka ano ngayon, kumbaga sa marketing, aggressive nga talagang competition. I mean, kung hindi ka kikilos, yan,
Wala.
kailangan mo i-boost yung presence mo
Yeah. Pero talagang meron
using
mga choosy
marketing
na
tools.
girls, di ba? Na kahit best foot forward na lahat ng guys, parang wala pa rin siya nagugustuhan eh. So, di ba may mga
Mm.
ganun?
May sagot ako dyan.
Oo.
Kasi, I think isa yan sa mga notion na merong mga choosy na babae. Actually, kung hindi ka pinapansin ng girl, isa lang ang ibig sabihin nun. That girl doesn't like you. So if you're watching right now, and you're a guy, and kumbaga mga 5 taon ka nang nagpaparamdam dyan sa crush mo, makaramdam ka na. Hindi ka niya type. Kasi ganun lang naman eh. I mean, there are so many girls who cannot decline a guy. And if you're a girl, you're watching this sesh right now, please, wag niyo din paasahin yung guy. Kung hindi niyo type, decline him now. 'Di ba? Kasi para saan? Pinapag-antay mo siya sa wala. So, ako din, I mean, I'm feminist. So, I'm a feminist. So, I prefer na both kung ano yung treatment sa guy, ganun din yung treatment sa girl. Kung ayaw nating pinapaasa tayo ng guy, wag din natin paasahin yung guy. Ganun lang yon. I mean, if you don't like that guy, you tell him then. Although there are many ways on how to decline a guy, wag naman masyadong, hindi kita tayo, pangit ka. Wag naman wag
Wag
naman
naman
ganon.
harsh.
Wag naman harsh. Pero you have to decline. If you don't like the guy, you tell him na para hindi na magtayang yung effort nung guy. Para makahanap pa siya ng ibang candidate, di ba? Na i-reciprocate yung i-reciprocate yung feelings niya.
Feeling.
Ayun. Iwasan maging torpe, yung sakit na torpendicitis. Oo nga, actually.
Yan eh, walang gamot dyan eh. Walang gamot talaga sa sakit na yan. Yung
True.
chicken out.
Yun. Kailangan talaga mag-effort ka to let your crush know.
Oh.
And what makes naman a guy attractive? Kung sa perspective naman ng mga babae, I think physically, pareho tayo. Nails, kailangan malinis yung nails. Clean haircut. Yes. Clean haircut, clean yung nails kasi yun yung unang una kong nakikita syempre face. So, dapat malinis yung cut, and then hindi kailangan perfect yung teeth, but kailangan maganda yung smile. So it should be a genuine smile. And then sa body naman, nails. Yan. Kailangan malinis yung nails kasi medyo nakaka-turn off kapag ang gwapo-gwapo tapos tapos hindi naglilinis yung nails. Okay. The reason for that is because if you pay attention to the smaller details in your body, that means you also pay attention to the bigger details in your life.
Overall,
So,
correct.
Oo, nails talaga. That's what my lola taught me. Hanggang ngayon, I stick to that. Kapag either may ka-meeting ako or anybody that I'm talking to, whether it's a girl or a guy, I usually look at the nails. Kasi magiging trustworthy siya or hindi based sa nails niya. Kasi maliit na detalye yung kuko, di ba? And then another thing that makes a guy attractive.
Usually yung nails, di ba? Those are the most neglected part that you really clean. No, usually it's the face, di ba? Pero if you give details to your nails, both sa fingers, sa toes, it speaks somewhat of your hygiene. Eh.
Yes, correct. And so physically, yun yung tinitingnan ko. Like if you're well groomed, like maayos yung damit mo, ganyan. I don't care kung gusot. Basta maayos yung pairing mo ng ng shirt and pants mo. I'm good with that. And then, also even for girls in general, mga girlfriends ko, ganun din yung yung perspective. It should be an outfit should be well put and well worn. Kahit hindi mamahaling yung damit mo, for as long as
it doesn't have to be branded.
pagkakadala.
It doesn't have to be branded.
Yes.
Basta it's welcome. Tapos wala siyang mga himulmol ganon. No? Kasi wash and wear naman talaga yung generation ngayon, di ba? So,
correct.
Basta walang amoy yung damit, gano'n. Gano'n lang kasi.
Amoy labada, gano'n. Amoy hindi nalabhan for 5 days, gano'n.
Oo.
Pareho tayo, Ma'am Ice. Pinapansin ko rin agad ang nails, diba? Yeah, for men and women, that's both something na tinitingnan talaga. Another thing na what makes a guy attractive is dapat mag-match kami ng intellectual level, I think. Hindi naman sobrang matalino, but ang point ko lang is dapat pag may sinabi akong topic, kagaya nung sabi kanina ni Don Leo, dapat any conversation under the sun, dapat pareho kami may contribution. Yan. And of course, I read a lot of books. So, gusto ko somehow, if I open a topic, contribution siya sa pag-uusapan namin, di ba? Ayoko yung ako lang yung nagkukwento, di ba? And I always say this, I talk for a living. So gusto ko rin makinig sa kwento ng ibang tao.
Oo.
Ayun. May
Kaya
ibang
nga
situation.
parang you should really know a little bit of everything para kahit anong conversation
Yes.
nakakasakay ka.
Yes, and that's not only
Especially
for men and women relationships, 'di ba? It's also good for business. I mean, if you're a professional, you should have a lot of topics under your sleeve that you can pull whenever the
for
need arises, 'di ba?
uh, plus
Um,
it's good also to have points of argument, 'di ba? Pag yung pareho
correct.
kayo ng reader, no, you'll have points of
Yes.
argument and those are healthy aspects of conversation eh.
Yes. Healthy arguments. I like that.
Healthy
Okay, may sabi
arguments.
si Don Leo. May ibang situation na crush ni guy si girl, however si girl came from a broken relationship. Kaso kapag ganyan, lalo na fresh ang breakup nila, I would rather have a convo with her and let her heal bago pumasok ulit. Good point. Yes, actually. Kasi, yeah, I would agree with that. Kapag vulnerable pa yung either the guy or the girl, don't engage in a relationship just yet because it may be, magkaroon kayo ng attraction kasi vulnerable lang yung isa. It's not a happy place. So,
Mm.
dapat talaga healed muna bago pumasok sa relationship. That's good. That's true. I would agree with that. So, yeah. So, what makes a guy attractive? So, aside from that, so can carry a conversation well, nice nails, nice hair, well kept. Well kept ang tama ba? Yeah, 'di ba? Yung outfit niya well worn, kahit hindi planchado basta maayos. Yung hindi yung pumuputok yung damit. Alam mo 'yun? Naalala ko lang ulit. May mga lalaking ganoon eh. I mean, I get it if you're a weightlifter, yung pumuputok mo yung mga bulges and stuff like that.
Pero uso daw ngayon yun yung mga muscle
Oo,
shirts.
yung mga
Pero
muscle shirt. But if hindi ka naman muscled, wag don't attempt,
ah,
okay? Kasi
oh,
medyo
I always mind my tummy. So dapat
yeah,
yung,
'di ba?
yung mga ganun. You hide your flaws.
Yeah. Or kahit hindi naman hide, but more graceful lang. More graceful lang yung pagkaka pagkakaayos mo sa sarili mo. Okay, another
You
thing,
know,
conversation. Yeah.
I know of a girl who is very particular with a guy's shoes naman. Pag clean yung shoes niya, yung sneakers ng guy. Oh, pero I don't know if that applies
Wow.
nowadays kasi yung shoes ngayon
Eh,
parang mas marumi, mas maganda eh, di ba? Especially
yeah,
white.
tsaka ngayon kasi unpredictable yung weather. I mean, during our time, when we were a lot younger, predictable kasi yung weather. Eh ngayon kasi, 'di ba, lalabas ka, mainit, tapos biglang uulan ng, alam mo 'yon. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So hindi na siya masyadong, hindi ko alam I mean, kung may mga nanonood ng mga mas bata sa atin, baka baka iba na yung perspective nila. Pero yun lang kasi yung napansin ko.
Mm.
So ito, una ko talagang tinitingnan ay ang kuko sa mga boys na dapat maigsi at malinis. And syempre, meron din sense of humor. Natatawa ako dito sa mga topic nyo, I feel young again. Oo nga, dapat may sense of humor, OMG. Cannot be na hindi
Oh,
nakaka...
thank you naman dun sa nag-comment that she feels young again. Oh.
Yes. Crush
That
kasi,
means
crush
that
parang
means
high
that I'm
school.
old.
Yeah. So, syempre dapat may sense of humor. I agree. Kapag for both girls and guys, dapat may sense of humor. Don't take your lives too seriously. Kaya nga, ako ay randomly post, randomly post mga funny stuff. Kasi, ang dami-dami ng negativity sa buhay natin these days, lalong-lalo na ng mga nangyayari sa paligid natin. So, a little humor doesn't hurt for as long as, ito pala, for as long as hindi green yung joke. I will never tolerate a green joke being told in front of me or
Yeah.
something that I can hear. No ako sa green joke. So sa mga lalaki dyan, please don't ever deliver a green joke to your crush kasi that's the worst ever. It's one of the worst ever. Nakaka-turn off talaga siya.
Plus, it's a red flag. It's a red flag talaga.
It's
It's
a
gonna
red
be a red
flag.
flag. It
At
will
baka
define
ma-demanda ka pa ng harassment.
harassment. Plus, it will somehow define who you are na pagdating yung sa mga impression, di ba? Usually,
Yes.
Usually girls kasi impressionists yan eh. So when you
Yes,
crack a
true.
green joke, medyo foul na yun talagang.
Yes, that's true. At ito sabi ni Don Lay, yung dugyot ka na nga, crush ka pa rin. Paano ka i-uncrush ng crush mo? Magpakadugyot ka. Kasi di ba may mga tao na, hindi, ito, na-experience ko. Yes, nung kabataan ko, na-experience ko to. Yung talagang crush na crush ka, tapos dinecline mo na, tapos sinabihan mo na siya na kung ano-ano na lang, like nagpanggap na ako, may boyfriend na ako, ganyan. Hindi ka pa rin, hindi ka pa rin niya tigilan. O, paano ka naman i-uncrush ng crush mo? Baliktarin mo lang lahat ng lahat ng sinabi namin. Magpakadugyot ka, huwag ka magpagupit, madumi yung kuko mo.
Pero mas mahirap yon yung how to uncrush yung pagiging
How to
crushness
be
mo.
uncrushed.
How to be uncrushed. Para mas mahirap ata yun.
Mas mahirap siya actually. Kasi the attraction is far beyond physical. So,
Correct.
I think mahirap yon. Yeah, that's true. And siguro yun nga, it's just a matter of sincerity. Just sincerely decline. Sincerely decline. Kung i-pursue ka niya, hindi mo na problema yun. Basta at least out of all the sincerity in your heart. Yan.
Yeah.
Iba na yon, ibang intentions kasi sa ibang lalaki kapag may sublime na convo, chances na hindi love ang hapol ng lalaki kay crush. Ayun lang. Again, be clear with the intention. Ano ba yung intention ni ano? Ano ba yung intention nitong kausap mo? So I think that's that's two-way for both girls and guys. You have to be clear
Yun
with
nga,
your intention.
you have to be clear with your intentions. Going back to what I've said earlier kanina, Ice, no, di ba? I was telling this session here that you have to make it known that you like your crush. No? So from there
Yeah.
on, it should be clear what your goals are pagdating sa kanya. You let her know what your goals are, what your objectives are. So it comes na yung ano yung intentions mo sa kanya. Is it long term? Is it sexual? Is it financial? Minsan may mga ganun, financial lang talaga, di ba? So,
Yeah,
you
actually,
make
yeah.
your
That's
objectives
true.
clear. Yeah. But stick to your goals. If you're the pursuer, you stick to your goals.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, you have to define
You
talaga
know what's
what
best,
you want.
guys? No, you give your crush this one, no, yung plug ko na, yung Amigo Wild Honey, nako, definitely. Talagang your crush will go gaga over you.
Yeah, because that's the sweetest gift, literally, that you can give na
That's
healthy.
the sweetest, natural, and organic gift that you can give your crush.
Correct. Ay, bigla kong na-miss
Plus,
yung
plus
yung
sabi ko
honey
sa'yo,
ko.
correct. Bibigyan kita. Plus, sa mga listeners dito sa sesh mo, Ice, no? Yung Amigo Wild Honey, it's proven to be an aphrodisiac. So, it's a love potion. No?
Oh, I didn't know that honey is an aphrodisiac.
An
Oh,
aphrodisiac. It's a
ayan.
love potion.
So, maraming nakakuha ng idea kung anong pangregalo this December. Ayan.
Correct.
So, ito na yung final question ko for tonight. Ay, ano pa? Nasagot ko na yung questions, no? What makes a guy attractive? So, yun, physically and syempre mentally. And, emotionally pala. Dapat the guy is, ano ba tawag doon? You understand what words, if there's an absence of words. Like, I really have a high respect for men who understand women kahit hindi sila nagsasalita. Sobrang, well, hindi naman rare, no? They're not a rare breed, but it's something that I've noticed sa mga younger generations. Hindi ko alam if it's still applicable, pero sa generation ko kasi medyo, I mean the older generations, our generation, whereas our generations are more sensitive. Hindi ko lang alam sa younger generations cause ang youngest friend ko nasa 20s na. So, hindi ko sure kung sa generation ba nila ay mga sensitive pa rin yung mga lalaki. I think naman siguro ganun pa rin. But I have a high respect for men who understand women even if they're not talking. Kasi usually women are very vocal. But there are also women who do not say a word. And that makes a lot of difference. And for men to be able to understand that silence, that's a skill. Kasi like I like people who respect my silence. Ganon. So yeah, isa din sa mga tips ko for the single guys out there, if you are trying to please your crush, you should also know the balance between a good conversation and how to respect that girl's silence. Kasi, well, silence is golden these days. So yun, so
Uh-huh.
more on those. Actually, sa mga nag-iisip na mataas ang standards ng mga babae or mga choosy, ganyan, maybe it all boils down to, kung type ka rin ng babae, mabilis lang yun eh. Mabilis mag-usapan yun. So, kung hindi ka type, yun siguro yung nagpapahirap ng mga babae kasi hindi nga kayang mag-decline. So,
Mhm.
yun. So, to the women out there, please, wag nyo namang paasahin yung mga lalaki kung hindi ninyo type, yung may crush sa inyo, sabihin nyo na para hindi naman sayang yung effort. Ayan. And kung hindi ninyo kayang mambusted, kasi di ba yun yung common term ng panahon natin, busted. Ayan. So,
Busted.
oo. So, bigyan nyo ng honey bago nyo bastedin para hindi masyadong
Honey.
harsh.
Sure yan.
Di ba? Para hindi naman masyadong masakit sa kalooban. So, last question for tonight before we close this conversation. Which do you prefer? The traditional way of courtship or the modern way of courtship? Ano yung ma-advise mo sa mga nakikinig sa ating mga single?
I don't know, you're the girl, you're asking me.
Yes. I mean, for you na, yung advice mo, tapos I'll share my own piece.
Sige, I'll go first.
Sige, go.
Sige, well, if I'm the girl, no? Kasi ako, from a guy's perspective, I would rather choose yung traditional way. Although it's the longer route, no, it's a longer route because social media is the shortest route that you can win your crush over, no? But yung traditional kasi, you get to know your crush, your partner, your soon to be partner, your soon to be spouse. You get to know him or her better talaga at saka deeper eh. No? And yung lessons that you'll get from that long route, no, those are invaluable lessons. No, and that somehow outlast yung physical attraction. Because remember, di ba, yung physical attraction that will only last for siguro 10, 15 years, 20 years the most. Tapos magbabago na yan. But if you get to bond with each other through the longer route, in traditional way of courtship, you go a long way. But ako
Yeah.
kasi, yun yung sa akin, ano, I cannot say that I'm successful with that, ano, kasi hindi naman perfect din ako, yung marriage ko. As of now, it's there, but it's better kaysa yung shortcut na chat lang kayo.
Yeah.
Tapos video chat. So,
Yeah.
'di ba? You know how it ends. It's common knowledge naman.
Alright.
So ikaw
Right.
naman.
Courtship. Well, I'm very modern, so I have high respect for men who believe in courtship. Kasi it's really nice, no? I mean, being the recipient of efforts and being the recipient of actions, it makes me feel loved, it makes me feel special. But at the same time, well, nakakakilig siya kung type ko rin yung guy, di ba? Sobrang nakakakilig siya. But in this day and age, medyo rare na yung magpapaalam bago manligaw, 'di ba? Yung pupunta sa bahay nyo, pagpapaalam sa parents mo kung pwede kang ligawan. It's a rare ano ba tawag doon? It's a very rare opportunity now. Especially
Opportunity.
ngayon, lalo na ngayon, nangyari pa yung pandemic. And with the emergence of social media, definitely, so people are just talking over, over Facebook or Messenger or other messaging platforms. But then again, share ko lang din sa'yo. I was talking to a friend and sabi niya, I'm not sure if she's watching. Just in case she's watching. Okay. Mamaya makikita niya to kung hindi siya nanood. Anyway, sabi niya sa akin, she is falling for a guy na nagpapadala sa kanya ng food on a daily basis from north to south of Manila. And I told her, dahil doon, kaya ka nagkagusto sa kanya. Kasi sabi niya, well, yung effort daw kasi, sobrang, it's a lot of effort. So sabi ko sa kanya, ito yung take ko, no? I'm not sure if everyone will agree with me on this, but this is my take. Yung pag-effort kasi ng tao, before, pag sinabi mong effort, pag nanliligaw sa'yo, ang effort means nagsisibak siya ng kahoy, pinag-iigib ka ng tubig. That's what efforts are all about. Or nangaharana, yung panahon ng mga lolo at lola natin. Pero ngayon kasi, yung mga tao, less effort na dahil nga sa technology. So, ang tendency, if you're a girl receiving all these things, ang bilis mong ma-fall for that person because, feeling mo effort na yon. So, sabi ko sa kanya, effort means it's beyond all these things na binibigay sa'yo. So, you have to ask the person muna, ano ba yung intention mo? Bakit mo ginagawa to? Because I can always send something to someone, whether it's a friend or it's a client or, it's someone special, di ba? I mean, you have different efforts naman eh. Ang tanong doon, ano ba yung intention sa'yo? Kasi yung mga efforts naman ngayon, it's very easy na eh. Technically, it's easy to send flowers to someone. Order flowers online. You can now order food online. You can now order a lot of things online and have it delivered. So, technically, hindi effort yon. Kasi ang effort, bibili ako ng bulaklak, dadalhin ko doon sa tao, yun ang effort. Kasi there's time involved. Pero ngayon, it's only money eh. Order ka, so money, but money is also an effort. Don't get me wrong. But my point is, effort for me is also physical. Pupunta ka, deliver ka, kahit piniritong itlog lang yan, pero personally hinatid mo sa akin, that's what I call effort. So siguro ngayon, nag-iba na yung mundo, nag-iba na yung perspective, So yun, going back to the question, is it okay kung traditional courtship or yung digital courtship or yung nagka-develop na lang kayo? Well, it really depends on you. It really depends on your decision. What works best for you? Kasi for me, what works best for me may not work good enough for everybody else. But for me, kasi I'm very straightforward. Just ask. Ano ba yung intention mo sa akin? Para magkaalaman tayo. Kasi baka mamaya, may kailangan ka lang sa akin. Baka mamaya mangungutang ka lang. Or baka mamaya, business pala yung pinopropose mo, hindi naman pala personal relationship.
Baka networking, ano?
Yeah. So, yun. So, I think, yun yung mga ways. But traditional courtship is still for me, for most people, lalo na sa mga older generation, is still the best way to go because it's a longer, sabi mo nga, it's a longer route and it takes more effort and you will find out about the sincerity. Kung talagang sincere siya, mag-aantay siya. Something like that,
Correct.
I think. Kasi ngayon, tayo na ba? The text mo. Diba? I remember breaking up over SMS. OMG. Diba? Unlike before, magsusulat ka muna, tapos personally, pupuntahan mo para makipag-break. Ngayon, just a text message and you're done.
Ako, I really, up to now, for SMS, no, that
Ano yun? Sorry. I think
nadidelay yung.
Oo.
Sige, ako sabi ko yung sabi mo nakipaghiwalay ka sa SMS. Hindi ko talaga siya mag-gets how it applies pag gano'n.
Actually, 'di ba? It's not a good way to do it, but because of distance, yan. Tapos hindi ka naman hinabol, yun yung nakakahiyang part. Nakipag-break ka sa SMS, tapos sabi niya, okay. Yun yung masakit. Hindi ka niya hinabol. So, yun. So, yeah, the traditional ways also is still a good way to to practice. Hopefully people still do it, but it really depends on your preference kung saan kayo mas magiging masaya at mas magiging komportable. Okay, I think I think we've had a good conversation about crushes. Nag-feeling feeling young tayo at least for an hour of conversation. At least may natutunan si Pau. Di ba, Pau? Diyan ka pa? Okay, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching. This is a very random conversation that I picked up during the day while eating kwek-kwek and ano ba sa Tagalog ulit? And maruya. So, this is a happy conversation. But I'll also plug na we will be having more of these soon. So, stay tuned and we will be launching something soon. Can't 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 disclose details yet. But
Soon.
abangan ninyo. Yes, abangan ninyo. At maglo-launch kami ng bongga. With giveaways ganyan. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, everyone.
Yes,
Good
my
night.
pleasure, Ice. Thank you so much for having me here in
Thank
this.
you. Yeah, stay safe and healthy, and God bless you all. Bye.